Activate. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show with your hosts Rich Salas and Guy Murray, talking about comedy and everything that crosses their mind. It's the Pelon and Chubby Show.
And we're live.
Hello and good evening and welcome to another episode of the Pelon and Chubby Show. I'm Rick Salas.
And I'm Guy Murray.
And we are the Pelon and Chubby Show here every Tuesday, 6:30, coming to you on Facebook Live. If you happen to miss a Facebook Live, go to Podbean, go to iTunes, go to Spotify, go to whatever your favorite one. We prefer Podbean because they're good to us.
And they're great.
They are friends of the show. It's free. All you got to do is go sign up and watch it. There's links all over our Facebook pages. Just type in your browser, Pelon and Chubby, and you get all the goods right delivered to your house. You don't even have to go anywhere. All we ask, if you enjoy the show, please share it. Tell all your friends about it. It's the only way we become world famous. And then you can say you were there in the beginning. So that would be kind of cool, you know?
That would be awesome, man.
Yeah, you like those stories? I love them. Remember, I used to know that guy way back when, before, they became super popular. I used to listen to him.
I knew that boy before the internet.
So that'll be you. Tonight we're, in a sense, riding solo. It's just Pelon and Chubby in the house. Kind of like the old days where it was just us. Nobody else, where we kind of did. And I listened to some of those old shows where it's both of us only. They're kind of good. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot of talking over each other and all that stuff, But I appreciate the new format that we got with Jay the Holy Roller. Jay the Holy Roller is doing what Jay would do on his anniversary with his wife. They're out on the town doing the anniversary thing. Yeah, and then Cass is experiencing technical difficulties, so she's somewhere in North County heading home probably. And Guy's here, of course.
Safe voyage.
Mark, the blind guy, is MIA. We don't know where he's at.
Mr. Vista probably getting a rub down.
Right, rubbing some dude down. And then Ari the Jew is out traveling the world.
Mr. International.
Trying to make things right. Trying to be the whistleblower on all the politicians that are doing wrong out there, that are violating, what do you call them?
Codes. And
Code 76958. Code 16905, violation of your human rights. So we miss Ari already. I had to get my own beers. And we haven't had our dose of codes for the day.
Yeah, we gotta have that.
We haven't had any of our conspiracy of the government trying to poison our soup, or whatever you want to call it.
I got one conspiracy theory once we get into in the news.
Oh, nice.
It's live. It's awesome. Fucking awesome.
And we're watching Cleveland get served by Toronto. We got it on ignore, but it's up on the screen.
It's on the screen. Not the distraction that we expected, but my God, Toronto.
Yeah. DeRozan, go get him, dog. Lowry. So, Mike Lowry. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on. We got your comedy preview going on. Today, Guy, is Kathy and I's anniversary also.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, 7 years.
You know what today is? It's your anniversary.
Sing it, dog.
Your anniversary. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom.
So
chicka,
I asked her earlier today, I said, or yesterday, or whatever it was, who cares?
when it occurred to you that today was your anniversary.
Well, and I said, hey, it was probably yesterday. I said, do you want me to cancel the show?
And
so
she said, like the loving wife she is.
She said, no, go ahead and do the show because we don't have anybody to watch these kids anyway. So I'll just do the show. So we went out and we had a little lunch.
Okay.
And we went to Miko.
You got down at Miko's again?
Yeah, we went over there. Goodness. We took Junior. He was part of the whole deal.
Okay.
Kira was at school. And so we had a little lunch. It was cool, man. It was all right.
What did you have on the menu on Miko?
Just a whole bunch of rolls and stuff.
Good golly.
Yeah, it was nice.
Very nice.
So, But she's cool, you know, about it.
I like that. I like her style.
Yeah, she doesn't.
She's amazing.
Nothing like she doesn't waver a whole lot.
That's awesome, man.
She's pretty cool with it. She sees the big picture and where this is going and stuff.
Right? I wish I had that type of support system.
So I'll give you an update on what's going on, Guy, with the Pelon and Chubby comedy tour.
It's happening.
So we're kicking it off, the comedy tour. There's a show that's going to be scheduled here as soon as we get a date in June up in the Central Valley in Tracy. So if you live anywhere in the Bay Area or Tracy area, it's not far to get to the show. We'll have a show out there. It'll be probably the third or fourth week in June. We're going to nail that down. DJ Sugar Shane, that's up on the radio up there. He's going to work with us and spend that night and get us a date secured. And DJ Joey H, the Portuguese Nightmare, is going to be on the turntable.
Holy mackerel.
And he's going to be turning it out.
Oh, man. Sounds like a show already.
Yeah. And then Perry Robinson will be out there. Rafael Solano.
Mr. Solano. Happy.
Rafaelito.
Here.
And so we got the old crew getting back together.
Wait, Rafael Serrano, that's the Mexican Woody?
No, that's down here.
Oh, okay.
But he is my partner in what used to be Gutbuster Comedy.
Oh, Mr. Gutbuster himself.
Yeah, so he's in the loop. Perry was a partner in the Gutbuster Comedy production company. So we're gonna get everybody back together and whoop it up. We need 200 bodies to fill that place.
It can happen. It's going to
happen. Absolutely.
I'm going to spread the word that
I'm going to print up. Oh, we need to do some pictures. I'm going to print up some 8x10s.
I took some
of the
snaps
Pelon and Chubby
on the day we opened this thing.
Yeah.
I took some snaps.
So we need to have a picture of the two of us with Pelon and Chubby
together,
on the bottom.
Damn.
And so we can print up a bunch of 8x10s that we are going to sign.
I like
for
the
people.
cartoon though, but we can do live pictures.
Whatever.
That's cool.
You want
Headshots. This whole week was about the headshots, man.
I can print up a bunch of papers.
No, we can do the headshots. That's cool.
Yeah, we'll give them a choice.
Yeah.
Whether they want to jerk off to our pictures, the real ones, or the cartoon.
Hi, sexy people.
Yee!
Yeah,
so, yeah, that'll be fun. So we're going to take that and that and that.
Will I be able to perform?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Of course.
Oh, I love it.
You can either host or you can go in the middle somewhere.
Ooh, I like in the middle. Black man in the middle.
All right, then I'll host. I don't care. We'll switch up on the hosting shit. But we're going to do that one in June.
And then we'll do another one in
But I'm thinking of doing one here in Oceanside at the Elks down on Coast Highway.
Oh, are we going to be able to solidify that and have that woman actually work a deal?
Yeah.
You're not going to piss her off
I'll
this time?
just go and do it.
Just walk in there.
Whatever. I'll just...
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So I want to do that. And then in September, when I go to the XXX reunion, I'm thinking of doing a show in Redondo before or after the reunion.
Okay, well, you would have to get all the logistics on those dates,
yeah, of course.
man. I can probably be, I want to be part of those things. I'm not just a guy in a little square on a screen. I want to be live and direct.
So it is the Pelon and Chubby, not just the Pelon.
Right.
So, yeah, you're in there.
Anytime I say and mention it, I have to be there.
Right.
Be there.
Right. So he's going to be in the mix. But that's what we're doing. We are right now focusing on a financial goal of $20,000.
Cha-ching.
On our way to the $300,000, but $20,000 is what we need right now for audio, video equipment, and the bus. And
the bus. That's the part.
This is a priority.
So I mean, we got the little video cameras and stuff like that. That's like
so the video camera.
$1,200. We're good.
The video camera.
Everything else. The bus and wrap. The bus and wrap.
The video camera is $2,500. The software for it's $500. So it's like $3,000. So we got to get that because I want the video and audio quality to be good. And then probably like 15 for the bus and 3 for the wrap. Or 14 or whatever. So
wrap.
20 grand's the number we need. If anybody out there wants founder shares in the company, which is not just Pelon and Chubby. There's a lot of other stuff with it.
There's a lot more.
Then we will sell you shares, and you will be a founder of this company, one of the founders. So that is in the works. It is Celis Consulting LLC.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
So you actually get them. They will be, whatever makes them official, they will be official. And you can help support this train. So it's going to be nice. We will, that's the update on what's going on in the Pelon and Chubby stuff. Anything exciting in your week there, Guy? Finished out April strong. What's going on?
Today's May Day, and I'm not calling for a ship to go down or anything like that. It's a good time, man. I'm really enjoying it. Doing it on Tuesday though.
What exactly is May Day? Because look, here's the deal. May 1st is our anniversary, and so everybody, I tell them, oh, today's our anniversary. They say, oh, it's May Day. And so, to me, May Day is like when a ship is going down. Mm-hmm. May Day, May Day, May Day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, was that a good day to pick for our anniversary?
Well, it's symbolic. I'm pretty sure she had to go down.
Well, I like, well, May Day, like, we're in trouble. There's a problem here. So I don't know if that's good.
Probably a good thing. For you guys in relationable, yeah. But May Day was definitely, I want to say it's connected to World War II, but I'm going to make sure.
Really?
Pearl Harbor.
So, yeah. So now I hear this May Day thing, and I'm like, fuck. May Day. Houston, we have a problem. There's a problem. May Day, May Day. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It is kind of weird.
Maybe I'll change it. Like, you change your name.
Can you change your anniversary day, though?
Why not?
The day you observe
and
celebrate.
You can change whether you got a pecker or not. You think you can change the day we call our anniversary? You can, change teams. I'll tell you what, man.
I do miss just you and me, man.
And I harp on it a little bit. Oh, we got a visitor in the house. June? Right, just sit right here and talk. Sit right here and talk. So how's it? Okay, no, that's not going to work, Bob. Come on, come and sit down like a big boy and talk. Talk to Guy. Okay. Say hi. How you doing? Sit down.
Sit down. Just sit down normal.
All right. All right, you got to go upstairs, Bob. You got to go upstairs, huh?
There's a fire.
No, but you got to go upstairs.
Who go fire? Who go flame?
There's no fire. One of those.
All right, we're good.
All right, talk.
So we're going to go all this.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Pelon and Chubby.
Mark the blind guy is back in the saddle again.
I was late because of Uber. Dun.
Let's go. This isn't going to work. Let's go.
And featuring for tonight's presentation.
Go ahead, Mark, with your bad self.
Brought to you in part by...
Let's go.
It's not me. Rest assured you.
Let's go.
What's up?
Talk to us, Mark. What's going on in your day today?
So my day-to-day has been, day-to-day, as I've been taking it. Just cycling, staying in shape, hanging out.
You're not. I asked you to please be quiet.
You are a one-trick pony, Mark. I hear the same thing from you each week.
Oh, yes. Cycling and staying in shape. My mind's in fire drill until after this race across America.
When is the race across America happening?
June 15th and 9 days after. Yes, sir, Bob. Very
All
quick
right, sorry
indeed.
about that, guys. I'm back. Mark, you going over your itinerary
for the week? Just my normal. Just my normal. Nothing too fancy or entertaining to you, but wow.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
There,
Other than that,
exercising the mind, exercising the body.
Yep.
All right, so if you're watching the show and you're wondering what just happened, that's a casualty of having children there. You can hear them crying in the background. That's wonderful. So we got the studio, and the whole point was so that we wouldn't have to go out and sit in the bars and do these shows. And so a little collateral damage is that we got the little ones running around making noise and stuff. But
those aren't normal curtain crawlers you got there, Rick.
No. He wants to be in the mix. He wants to be in front of the microphone, but then he has the meltdown every time we get him in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
So we're working on it.
We're definitely working on it.
He's mic shy. He'll get into it. Just
But
give him time.
he wants to hang out. I feel bad for him.
We should put a cordless mic on him.
Yeah.
When he doesn't know it.
I should get him one of those little, just one of those like one
Well,
of
if he
those
just
toys.
hang out.
You remember the WWE toys? You get the little microphones and you can like hook it to the radio or whatever, and it had different buttons you can push.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they'd be like, yeah. And when they start playing with it, then you know it's the right time to get them out here on the.
Well, when I put him upstairs on the little make believe microphone and all that stuff, he's great. He does the whole show. But then when I get him down here in front of the camera, he wants to watch himself in the camera, and he gets all weirded out.
But
maybe we need to hide the camera.
Maybe we need.
Well, once we get the
folks,
other camera,
yeah, that's another thing. This is
Let's play
30,
hide the camera.
Number 35. Realistically, it's really number 33 because we did those 2 special events and everything. So this is actually episode 33. I had been alluding to the magic number of 50, where the Facebook Live full coverage is going to go bye-bye. You'll only get 30 minutes preview, and you'll only be able to watch for 30 minutes, structurally wise, for the purpose of content that we can't control or own. Facebook Live is only going to be a 30-minute presentation. So you guys will have to follow us on our channels. So watch the developments as we come and we get closer to show number 50.
Well, it'll be on YouTube too, right?
It'll be on YouTube, but that's where they'll have to switch and watch it because they don't. Facebook, we don't own the content, and so we want to be able to put it on a medium where everybody can be able to have access, direct access, and input from us.
Bunch of red tape involved with that.
No red tape, really. It's just we want to give a better platform and distribution and actually own our content and be able to control it better for your listening and viewing pleasure.
This guy can control content.
I can control the content if it belongs to us. Facebook owns this stream. Facebook regulates how I can't download it. So
wait, what? Didn't you create the stream?
I created a stream, but
how do they
it's
own
in
it?
Their platform. I can't download it.
Oh, so every time you create something on their platform, you given them something of your creation.
Yeah, they're
just thieves in that manner. Oh, okay, makes sense.
They sell it to someone else, and they make money off of it.
That's all right.
We can't control it.
Yep, no, that's all right.
And I'm sure Ari's rolling in his grave somewhere in Northern California
No,
or Washington,
it's Washington, and I can bet you anything he's got the
he's
codes.
In Washington, that's
he's supposed to call in. 760-565-3713.
3713. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mark. Ari,
call
get that call in, buddy.
the Jew.
Ari the Jew on the rolling channels on the 1s and 2s.
So where is he actually in Washington, D.C. or Washington State?
He's in Virginia, D.C.
Virginia.
Okay.
So that's
Maryland?
Washington.
What?
Maryland.
District of Columbia. Which is
exactly.
That's
Ain't
Maryland.
D.C. Virginia and Maryland?
No, D.C. is.
That's in Virginia.
D.C.'s in Maryland.
That's in Virginia.
Dude, stop it. Do I have
Shut
to show
the
you a
front
map?
door.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
let me see it.
Are we having
Show Mark the blind guy the map. Oh,
Let's
okay. I
What time
see.
did you shoot your face off when you were 10 years old? They didn't have
What time?
geography back then?
Oh, they did.
Okay, then. Yeah, it's in.
I just want you to show me that.
I went there.
Ooh.
I mean, I
But
figured.
that doesn't get out of you not showing me. You said you were going to pull it out. Pull it out there,
I just
big
whipped it
boy.
out. Didn't you see that? Map? That was a big map. Flopped right there in front of you.
That's what she said.
Yes, sir. Now I'm doing a 3D hologram of the globe.
I see area codes.
Your
Oh.
area code. Absolutely.
So yeah, that's kind of crazy. Anyway, this show started out a little rocky, but hopefully we'll bring this shit back. Sometimes
Back down to the bay. We're in the plains. No more of the Rockies.
That's very frustrating.
That was horrible.
Anyway, so we're talking about
What were you talking
anniversary and stuff. And
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. We got the anniversary thing. Mama made some meatball sandwiches and veggies and all that nice stuff. So that's cool. We're going to dig into that in a little while. But we were talking about last night people complaining about equal wages or complaining about sexual harassment in the workplace.
We're having anxieties.
They're talking about all kinds of stuff, you know, women and then the kids, why they're committing these crimes that they're committing, and everybody's complaining that we need to do stuff, you know, and that nobody's doing enough, and that the government isn't doing enough, you know.
Here's something. If if they took away, if they put in perspective all the time that they waste bitching and complaining and feeling entitled because of all that, and actually put better energy towards fixing the problem, then yeah, I could see how that's getting. But people go, well, I want to get paid as much as him, but I'm not even doing half the work. Or
it kind of goes
equality.
It kind of goes back to that, like when the movie thing we were talking about back then, where the actresses feel like they should be getting the same pay as the guys, but they're not as much of a draw. So there's part of it, like what your value is based on how much pull you have as far as drawing people to watch the show and come out and see the movies. But it's not even so much that, and what I was talking about last night, and a lot of the ladies listening might take this the wrong way, but if you really want to get down to it and you really want to talk about what the problem is, and get down back to the basics, the problem is that two people in the household should not be working. That you should be staying at home, raising these kids, not having somebody else raise them or have them raise themselves, or they're getting into trouble. But you need to spend time teaching these kids what to do, what not to do, and raise them right so that they don't feel neglected and they go out and shoot up shit and blow up shit, So if we want to point fingers and blame the teachers and blame everybody for why your kid went out and murdered 30 people, you need to check yourself, man. You need to ask yourself, did I do everything possible to raise that child right? And I understand there's, you got to go to work, whatever, but do you really have to? Can we live a simpler life where both people don't have to work? One can stay at home and take care of the child, take care of your kids, that we can get back to the basics, and raising our kids right with beliefs, morals, and not doing stupid stuff? Are we too important? If you're that important where you need your life, then don't have kids. Don't have kids that you don't want to raise. Your life changes when you have these kids. You want to still go out and party? You still want to go out and do all this stuff? Well, don't have kids. Don't dump them off on other people. Well, it's my right. It's my right. I told you about your rights. A lot of you people don't know what to do with your rights. You don't know how to handle your rights. You don't know what kind of decisions to make with your rights. Yeah, you got the right to put a ferret in your ass. Okay.
Hey.
Great. What's that doing for you? How you doing with that there?
Two females, a midget, a donkey, and a dildo do to each other is on their own terms, all right?
Exactly.
Oh.
But my point is, you got the right to do a lot of stupid shit. But if you want to exercise your right to complain about the way this world is going, then you need to look at some of those decisions you made way back when you weren't teaching this kid right and wrong. Because I guarantee you there's some kind of connection. This fucker was either online watching stuff he wasn't supposed to watch. He was at home by himself. He was beat. He was molested, or she, whatever. And something, the wires got crossed somewhere along the line. And something happened. And now they went out and they murdered a bunch of fucking other people. And it's your fault too. It's your fucking fault too. For not raising the kid right. Not taking the time. Not adjusting your lifestyle to fit this kid in and make him feel special. So when you want to march and you want to march for your rights and you want to switch teams and become a lesbian or a fucking cocksucker and you forget about your kid, you need to look in the mirror and you need to march against yourself. You need to correct yourself before you start asking like I said a long time ago, clean up your own backyard before you go out there and start telling people what they need to do. Get yourself straight. Get yourself right before you start asking and demanding people to change, people to fix your life. If you can't fix your own, why do you expect other people to do it? Fucking man up. Woman up. Don't blame everybody else for all your shortcomings, because you don't want to do the right thing. Don't expect everybody to clean it up for you. Everybody's blaming Trump. You know what that is? That's deflecting the heat.
You're the one that put him in office.
You know?
Now you're going to blame him?
Yeah, you didn't go out and vote? Huh? How did he win? How did he win? That's a question you should ask yourself every day. Why didn't I go out and vote? There's absolutely no way that guy should have won. No way. No way. It's a joke. You know, I'm not saying right or wrong that he is whatever he is, but I'm just saying the fact that he won, shame on all of us. Honestly, shame on us for allowing it to happen. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, do you ask a guy?
Yeah.
Do you sometimes just like sit back and like, WTF? How did that dude become the president of the United States? How?
We're still trying to.
And I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm not saying I'm not a supporter, that I'm a basher, or whatever. You know, I'm not on either side of this
2020.
thing. You know, I'm just saying.
Vote for Pelon.
How does that happen? Everybody was surprised when Ronald Reagan, the actor, won, right?
Yeah, that was the
Pelon,
Right? This
Pelon
guy
2020.
has been hated forever. Who liked Donald Trump other than Stormy Daniels? Who liked Donald Trump?
I don't think she liked
Is
him.
there anybody?
She liked 150 grand. She didn't like him. That was
Right.
just business.
Right.
Business.
And they say, hey, you know, it's funny.
She don't like anybody she hangs out with.
Everybody
She
was
liked the
complaining
Dada.
about
Business.
sexual allegations against Trump. That there's all these sexual allegations.
It was just
Actually,
business.
they said that there's rape allegations.
rape allegations.
There isn't. There's none. There's sexual misconduct, but guess what? All these chicks all got paid. So
That was
no
consensual
longer,
and by
no
way of
longer
paying.
is it any kind of because these hookers took money.
Yeah, so that's consensual business.
So
That's not rape
And
at
I
that
don't mean
point.
hooker, and that was their job
That
at
is a
that
business
particular time.
transaction and
When
should
they
be
were
treated as
sucking
so.
him off, they were performing as money grubbing hookers.
There should be a law written down that if you receive money for a business transaction for sucking another person off, you cannot.
you
You
come
waive
back
your
and
right
say-
for claiming sexual rape.
Honestly,
because
You don't know it was rape until
know,
the check don't clear. But if you take cash,
exactly. Until then, you're good.
You know what? Hey, when you spend all the money and you have second thoughts, that's
You shouldn't have went
It's
out
too
and
bad.
bought all that stupid
bad.
shit because that's what you're having second
Like,
thoughts on.
hey,
Materialistic objects.
Mark. Do you think that any of these women actually liked him?
Abso-fucking-lutely
there was an
not.
interview with a young lady. I can't remember. Her
She
name.
liked the
She loved
idea
him.
of
She loved
being
him.
with him.
Do you believe it?
Bullshit. She loved his wealth. She loved
So
his
if he was
bag, but
broke-
she didn't love him.
If he was
Probably not.
broke, do you think she's gonna spend
Fuck no.
a minute with him?
Probably not.
All right, so
probably
she loved what he could do for her.
He'd be in
and
the
what
next
he
show
could
of-
provide for her.
I'm a carrot.
I mean, that's
And he's going to find out being a carrot's not as easy as what it is when you ain't backed with money.
look. Here's my
just saying.
thing.
Good
Here's
point,
my
Mark.
Here's my thing, and it's not that it's a bad thing that these women are doing this, because I've loved girls before, and I really didn't love them as a person, but I love how they performed. So, am I much different? It wasn't money that they were providing; it was a talent a special talent that they had.
Yeah.
And I love that.
If they loved to practice their talent on you,
Right.
and you're the guinea pig, then hey, by all means, that's you're
point is,
offering your time for them to work their talent.
It's not that bad that these chicks took money, but don't come back later on and say, hey, rape or
What's this going to do for
whatever.
What's this going to do for strippers and hookers in the future? Now they can't exceed money, and now they're not going to get guys to be able to pay them
Or
because
stewardesses.
these guys are going to come.
librarian- No.
They know that these girls are going to turn around and scream rape. So it's like, well, there goes that industry.
Okay, but what? Let me ask you this: what is Stormy Daniels actually trying to do? What is
book deal.
What's her point?
I don't know.
I mean, just other than prove that she did.
I think whoever's trying to pay her to
Shut up.
criminalize Trump should pay her more than what Trump did paying her
But
for the
I'm
whole
just-
deal.
My thing is, what? Okay, she's a porn star and she willingly hung out with him.
And hung out with.
So what are we talking about? What is she trying to say? What is she trying to? Is she just
What's her
trying to put it
message?
out there that he was married and he cheated, and he's with, he was with her, or she was with him, or whatever. I don't know what is the point. I don't know. Sit with him. It's fine. So what is the actual point? So that's I think is she's just trying to be use the situation to her benefit and make some money, make more money. I think she's realizing that the 150,000 she took, is like a drop in the bucket for what she really should have got
from this rich mother. Anyway,
right.
I'm not going to swear because there's other kids in the room.
Hey, he swears like a sailor anyway.
All right,
so it's fine.
There's rich mother fish ducker,
right.
So
yeah, so he, I think, and everybody should preface any kind of talk about her and him as what she's actually trying to accomplish. She's trying to get a bigger payday.
Yeah,
which is fine, but don't put her in the spotlight and make it look like.
But is the payday worth your reputation and everything going down the drain? Because whatever job you're going to go and get, that person's going to look at you and go, "Oh, hey, you're related to this." So you're always going to be related back to that one thing that had happened.
What kind of reputation is she trying to save? She's a porn star.
That
there's nothing
guys
to
are lining around the block because she's been with Donald Trump.
She's just a businesswoman who got a bad deal.
You're telling me that guys are lining up around the block because she's been with Donald Trump? She's got exactly. So, that's probably not something that's going to go good on her resume,
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, It's like, so, and then in the end, is any guy going to spend that much money for it when they're going to know that this person's going to come out and scream rape? That's like me giving you a loan when you have a reputation of going and filing bankruptcy 2 days later. What's the point of me giving you a loan when you have a
everybody knows she's got priors.
Exactly. So
the odds of it costing you more later are very, very high. But we as guys, we have a history of making stupid decisions for like my old buddy used to say, for the pink kryptonite,
Yeah. So beat your kid. Don't know.
So that's all part of it. That's how it goes. We are victims of our own stupidity, and it's like that. What's that one kind of bug that praying mantis?
A praying mantis,
right?
Is
My
a
buddy
very
does a joke
classic
about that. Connor Kelly
representation of it. Don't tell Connor's joke right now.
No, I'm not going to tell it, but I'm saying. I have to give him credit for it.
Yeah, right. But don't tell the joke.
I'm not going to tell the joke, but he wrote the joke. It's a very funny joke. And he talks about how all these guys, he asked one of the guys, "Have you seen this guy lately?" He's like, "No, he went off with the female praying mantis, and nobody's seen it." So then he asked, "Well, is she available now?" That's how stupid we are. He knows what happened to her. He got his head bit off, but he's still willing to go back. He's still willing to go and take his turn. Great premise, great job. So it's super funny, but that's how we are. Like we know, like somebody, you don't know. So she's got AIDS, and then you're like, oh,
who's Stormy?
Well, are you sure? Are you sure? Do you have a
what?
Yeah, like how long is that?
Because she's so hot, I think I'm going to take the chance that maybe she doesn't have it, or maybe there's a chance that I won't get it.
Yeah. Oh,
so we all have that hope. That even though she's got priors,
I can give you the all-around fix to that hope, and knowing that you won't get it. You know what? Use a fucking condom. I mean, I'm just saying.
It sounds easy, right? It sounds easy. Or how about just don't sleep with her? Sounds easy, but then when you see her and she starts rubbing on your back,
to sleep with her, just fuck her and throw her out the door and go to bed yourself. There's no sleeping right there. I mean,
you are horrible.
Hey, that's what you got to do. It's business.
Sounds good on paper.
No, business.
Wow.
Unless you're thinking about having kids and doing that big responsibility you were
that
just
heroin's
going
to kill you.
Hey,
cigarettes are going to kill you.
It's going to be
people
cigarettes
still
or
smoke
the kids,
it.
So
I'm saying people still smoke it.
Yeah.
They still smoke cigarettes more than ever.
Exactly.
So
it says it right on the box that these will possibly kill you.
And it says it
it's
right
okay.
across her lips. I got herpes. We still do
Yeah.
that.
Kind of
You know?
big.
We still do
I
it.
thought they were. She had a bad outbreak of acne. Oh no, honey.
So the warnings are there, people. Read
Fire
them.
crotches for real.
Adhere to the warnings. But
tastes like chicken, keep licking. Smells like trout, get the fuck out. No. Mark the blind man's
Mark the
motto.
blind
drops
guy.
a little knowledge. Mark the blind guy bringing it.
What would Jay do? Well,
would
he's
Jay
not
do?
here, so I
He's
can
not
tell you. That's what you get. I mean, I'm just saying.
Sometimes, what would Jay do if he was Mormon? Get another one to replace that one. But you got to keep her.
Well,
Don't
he's
leave
fine.
her.
He'd sleep in another room, different from his wife, and he would be completely fine. So
Right.
he could have his own man cave, and she'd never know because, well, they sleep in different rooms and they're married.
Right.
I don't get the concept, but it's written somewhere in their thick book of knowledge.
So hopefully we got a few of the people back. Looks like Jeff Poppy Gringo's watching there.
What's up there, Poppy?
What's up? But a few people left because of my error.
Error.
That's not happening again. But I'm trying to see who else is in here.
This
Tess?
I promise
Tess.
you.
Tess is in the house.
From the
Tess is
Philippines.
in the house.
The
Filipino.
long way across the
Mr.
pond.
Blonde, yep.
Yeah.
Tess.
What's up?
So good to be seen by you.
So should we jump into get it out of the way, the common
Let's
preview?
do this.
Let's do it, because you know how long it's going to take.
And then we'll jump into in the news. So get your stories ready.
The news.
Get your stories ready. All right, so let's start up in the North End in OC, the OC Improv in Irvine, California. Beautiful place, 18 and up. Tonight, if you get a chance to get out there, the show's at 8 o'clock. It's one of our old good buddies, Frank Caliendo, $30. Very funny guy. Get out there and see him. If you can't, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. One show, 8 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, 7:30 and 9:45. Friday and Saturday, I should say. Sunday, 7 is $25, 21 and up. The one, the only Lavelle Crawford lookalike, Ari Spears.
Ari
Sorry,
Spears.
Ari. Put on a couple pounds, dog. But he's funny. He does all the voices. He does a little Shaq Fu and all that.
Yeah.
He's a pretty funny guy. He was on Mad TV with Frank Caliendo. Kind of cool.
You know,
See
Matt
those guys
TV,
go back and
the show
forth.
that went,
Yeah.
that was back in the 90s. It's no longer proving nothing.
Yeah, so it's
show.
he's going to be at the Improv in Irvine Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Get out there and check him out. That's a good show. Moving down to Pachanga, 21 and up, $18 tickets. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday. Tickets are $18, like I said. Nate Craig, another member of that roster that they're married to. The Indians made a deal with this obvious.
The devil.
Okay, I didn't say it, but I was thinking it. So they're running through all these comics. There is going to be one that I kind of like. Darren Carter will be up there. in the
Oh,
month of
man.
May. So that'll be a
Carter.
great show. I don't know Nate. I don't want to talk shit about Nate, but
Oh, here it comes.
okay. So moving down to 15 to the Comedy Palace. I'm going to say they reopen on May 18th with Craig Shoemaker. Very good comic.
But in the
$20 and
meantime-
$25. But in the meantime, Guy is going to tell you what's going on down there.
I don't know. I didn't look at their
Exactly.
calendar.
You don't need to know. It is the showcase of very talented comics that are locally bound.
Oh, you mean this week? Oh, I'm down there this weekend.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you there?
Huh?
What are you there?
Friday and Saturday.
Are you?
Yeah.
On the showcase?
On the showcase.
All right, so there's one good comic out of 30. All right.
All right. We won't talk about him.
Go and see
Anyway.
Guy Friday and
I
Saturday.
just liked watching Rick talk snap about
one good
Comedy
one.
Palace. And
We could talk long about
Whatever.
this one
I
comedian,
don't-
but, you
I don't
know.
have to be very smart to figure that out.
We're not gonna
All
go
right, so
there.
then moving
No.
over to downtown, the American Comedy Company. I like the place.
Downtown.
It looks like
Chinatown.
back east kind of comedy club, underground, cool vibe.
Yes.
21 plus. The nice thing about it is if you go
Unless
on
you
the
got
website,
papers.
you can look through there and find half off on some tickets.
Great
$9.
tickets. Yeah,
Half off.
$9 to go to a pretty good show. Frankie Quinones, actually very good comic.
Yeah.
Very talented. It is 21 and up, but you
Yo,
got
Frankie.
Thursday, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. Look up the $9 tickets. Very good value.
Yeah, I was down there over the weekend at the American Comedy Company. Their day mic, which runs from 1 p.m. to 3:30.
Did you go for the pizza or for the comedy?
Well, it's being judged by other comics as which was it's different, but it got to do a set, and then you get immediate feedback from the curator and the locals. So it's it's a good thing. And then I got to meet and sit with T.J. Miller, who
TJ.
that was insane. It was classic. He came on and did a set just real quick, and it kind of like a mini pop up master class. It was funny. It was valuable. It was worth it. It was.
How was he?
He's hilarious, dude. He just
Not just ass kissing and leg riding. Was he good?
He's good. He's solid.
He's a veteran.
He's vetted.
Solid.
He's vetted. He's solid. I'd like.
Because some of them are great comedic actors, but they're terrible comics.
I would rock.
You know, I love it when I watch a comedian actor, and like they'll sit there on the stage, like I listen to. Here's a good one. I listen to Russell Peters a lot, and he's funny for an example because he'll sit there and he'll pick apart every piece of that audience, either what race, whatever. Right. And he'll just destroy you. He will just destroy it and rip it apart. So the whole term of like derogatory comments or whatever it is, I mean, if you're not laughing at that, you need to go home and just beat the hell out of yourself because, it is so hilarious in life on how just that alone will bring you together.
I believe that. There's a lot of people that can't get out there and laugh.
And if you can't get down to one of these comedy shows that we're sitting here telling you about, yeah, seriously. You need to get down and check one out because you need to laugh and you need to feel good in that environment because it's badass. I mean,
I'll tell you what. There's a lot of people that should never go to comedy shows.
And if you go, please
do themselves
be like
do the comic a favor. Don't
pay.
Go.
It's
okay. It's not for everybody.
But on Tuesdays, you need to come on to the Pelon and Chubby show.
It's not for everybody.
Podcast.
So where we at now? We're at.
Let me ask you this, Mark. Now that you bring it up. Do you like when the comics mess with the crowd, or do you like when they do material?
I love it when they do a mixture of both because they'll throw the mixture of the crowd in with the material. And that's great because they'll pick apart this and then they'll be like, these people do this and then like, how we was talking about this and this, I'm going to tell you a story and I have a friend that was doing this and, it turned out like
so
this.
that's material, but when they pick on a crowd member, that's typically called crowd work.
They put the crowd work into the material, though.
Right. All right.
They put they were talking to Wayne that's in the crowd that's Chinese, and they're putting them into this material story.
There's some people.
That's why it's so great because they're not tearing them apart in a derogatory
I
way.
ask you because it's coming from a non-comic, what your thoughts are, and the reason I ask it is because there's a lot of people that don't think crowd work is a talent. Like in the crowd, they don't show up to be made fun of.
That's part of the comedian show. If you're not there to be looked at and picked apart about, what the hell are you there to be laughed about? Come on. That comedian's job is to rouse the crowd. Right. Well, why not pick up that table that's dressed good?
They'll do crowd work because they don't have material.
So I went to a comedian show in Oceanside a few months ago. I had a client that said, "Let's go." And we went and checked it out and stuff. And I wasn't thinking about it at sure, but when I was walking to the door, a couple of the comedians were standing there saying hi and stuff like that. I didn't think about it at first, but as I was listening to the show, some of the comedians were giving it away, like, how many guys are dressed up like? And he's like, half of y'all are black, and that's not even 3 guys in the room. Like, it was just comical. And then one lady come up that was a comedian. She was going, I saw someone who was blind or visually impaired. Man, I would love me a blind guy for a date because he wouldn't even know what I look like. He'd be like, I could dress in my damn nightgown and be just fine. I said, that's right. And that's what you're supposed to do, in a way, pick the crowd out. So if you're going to a comedian show not to be looked at, Shit,
Or
you just
comedy show.
Yeah, or comedy show, something, whatever, comedian, comedy. Turn on
all
your
good.
goddamn TV. Go on Mad TV and just put on one and don't watch other people get picked out, because that's the enjoyment. If you want to be just reclusive, go to a midnight show at the movie theaters and just watch someone on live.
Very nice input there, Mark the Blind Guy, giving his perspective on live stand-up comedy. Go check it out. The Madhouse Comedy Club
Comedian Club.
is 18 and up. They have a Thursday show with Patrick DeGear, $10 to $15, 8 p.m. The rest of the weekend, whatever, is what it is. I'm going to be nice. La Jolla Comedy Store, 21 and up. Thursday, one show, 7:30 Fridays.
That's La Jolla.
2 shows Saturday, 2 shows Sunday, 1 show Steve Trevino. You know what? You can't really go wrong with any of these shows at the Comedy Store in La Jolla. A lot of the guys work the Comedy Store in Hollywood. They come down and work La Jolla. So you're going to get a good show. If I was to pick a show, I'm going to go with... if you're in the north, up near the Irvine Improv, go see Ari Spears, man. That's
Ari
a good
Spears
show.
for the win.
That is a good show. If Thursday night, check out Patrick DeGear. And American Comedy Company, check out Frankie Quinones.
Good stuff.
I think you'll like
Absolutely.
that.
Good stuff.
So check out a comedy club near your house. There's no outright winner this week. The outright winner is comedy, stand-up comedy, live comedy.
Comedy for the win.
Heals the soul. So go out there and check it out. And take your date to a comedy show. It's a good time. Then she doesn't have to listen to you talk the whole time.
Right. And then you
Let
have
a comic
something
put in
to
the
talk
work
about
for
after.
you. And then you take her home and put it in her butt. It's great.
That's what's up.
So there's a comedy review, preview, whatever you want to call it, for this weekend in comedy. Thanks for listening. We're not doing any sponsor stuff because nobody's paying.
No one's paying.
Pay
no
and I'll do
sponsors.
it.
Sponsored
plug
by
your
the
shit.
Pelon and Chubby. Sponsored Pelon and Chubby.
Yeah, sponsored by me.
Sponsored
Bye,
by
Pelon.
us.
Going
Brought
out
to you
spending
by
all the
Pelon.
loot.
If you like it. Pelon.
Anyway.
No.
Whatever. It's all good. So let's jump right into in the news. In the news. What's going on in this great
Around
country
the
that we
horn.
lived in?
Around
That's
the
awesome.
horn.
The U.S. of A.
Man, this world is getting very, very, very suspicious. Very suspect what's going on out there in the world today.
You know?
Yep.
Well, go ahead. Start
Let's
off
talk
there,
about
guys.
it.
Let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about?
They say comedy died after Michelle Wolf roasted the Correspondents' Dinner and addressed the Congress and all those people in the media. And
I
they
didn't
say
even watch that. Please
Who's
Uh,
elaborate.
Michelle Wolf?
And who is Michelle Wolf? She's
is
like
a very,
the
very
Wolf Blitzer's
Yeah.
wife. Like,
no, sir.
Okay.
Not the-
I like that, though. That's his
Wolf
first name.
Blitzer.
like
Yeah, his
Wolf,
first name.
Wolf. I had to ask. Like
she's a she's a comedian, female comedian. She's a writer. She's on the Tonight Show. And she's now come out front runner. She's a very funny
look like?
female. She looks half black, New York, whatever. But yeah, she's
so like a wolf.
not like a wolf.
Graying
Man. Not like
edges?
a wolf.
Okay.
She does represent the New York
So, what did she
comedy
say?
set.
I didn't
She
even
just
watch it.
provided some very dry.
You got a sneak clip?
Very dry. Oh man, well we should feed a bit of it. It's a 15-minute
pulled it out of
like
Chicago.
rant. She attacked Sarah Huckabee about her physical, about her Darrowist. She actually called her
what?
Laura
Oh,
Huckabee.
She Huckabee?
So she
How
actually.
the hell do you
called her a
Huckabee?
liar,
You got to swallow
and,
it first, right? Oh.
Yeah, so it was just much, but just the response was they're saying that comedy's dead, and she killed it.
Well, look who was there. A room full of writers.
We're gonna look at this, all right? Just because
The
one
dorkiest-
comedy or
And
comedic
These are
fucked
all...
it up, don't think it's messed up for the bad for everybody. Hey, look at it. Just because Kevin Hart cheated doesn't mean everybody else is a cheater, all right? They might be. I'm just saying. Hey, just the same way. Just because she killed it doesn't mean that, somebody else is going to kill it. So,
Right.
she's a stupid,
Well, it was very dry. It was a pretty glib presentation. She read it as, but then immediately she's getting jumped on by Dennis Miller, by the likes of
And who the fuck's he?
You don't know Dennis Miller
He hasn't done anything in like 15 years.
He's got a special coming, so he just needs to snowball into
moved to
something.
China.
Yeah, he just wants to get out there,
and everything.
get in the spotlight, and people acknowledge that he's still alive.
Who is this Dennis Miller?
I watched it a couple of times, and I'm like, okay, so the jokes they hit, and they did. It was a little bit just off the cuff stuff that attacked everything, and even called some of the members of Congress dull and proved it by they sat there with these looks on their faces, but they were forced to laugh. I think someone was holding up an applause or a laugh card or something because it was just it was a bad delivery. But there was some jokes in there. It was written. It was well thought out. But
what do you get? What do you suspect when you got the people trying to plan something? They're going to pick somebody that dry.
One of the biggest things that was being pointed out is that they
the coordinator obviously fucked up.
No. Actually, I think it was a good
planner.
Pick. It was a good pick. What did you expect?
And then she can't really say too much derogatory because...
She's not a satirist. She's not a political comedian.
Exactly.
So just had a great satire.
Have they ever watched the Oscars?
Dude, they're on edge. Like they're waiting for somebody to say something wrong so they can pounce, pull the plug or whatever. And so, yeah.
That's the new cool. The new cool is to knock everything.
Exactly.
To complain about everything.
Yeah.
To
be a little whiny bitch and you get the fucking wheel fixed.
Everybody, but that's cool. Like, people are, okay, you're supposed to be tolerant, but the cool thing is not to be tolerant of anything. To be actually the opposite of what you're claiming to be.
Right.
All right.
Be tolerant of somebody sucking off somebody else, but somebody talking shit about somebody, no.
I won't
somebody
stand
talking shit
for
about
it.
somebody getting sucked off. Oh, you can't do that.
It's just like, be accepting of everybody, except for the comic talking shit about people. That's where we draw the line. If you're talking shit about people, that is wrong.
That's like seeing your kid.
Nobody gets hurt there except for somebody's fucking feelings.
That's like seeing your little boy hit his friend in the yard, and you walk out there and hit him and say, "Hey, we don't hit around here."
Yeah.
I
don't know, man. That's stupid. But that's a good one.
That is a good
So
one.
anyway, you got any of this? What did she say? Or what did she not say that made it so dull?
It was what she did not say. She talked about the Me Too movement and how powerful it is affecting and
What's
everything.
the Me Too movement?
You don't know what the Me Too movement is?
No.
The Me Too movement is women are standing up to the sexual harassment. They've got they talked about Bill Cosby briefly and
went from the Women's March to the Me Too movement.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing since sliced bread, man. You got to be out there. Me Too.
Well, I'm not looking at Me Too movement for
coming out and
the next view of
expressing their views with regards to those things that happen, standing up for allegations, attacking, and representing your
twat.
Exactly.
Representing twat.
That's funny. They're showing online that Bill Cosby is dumping all his property and everything.
He was making a move to buy NBC.
In the millions. Yeah.
He was making a move to buy the NBC, but now he's dumping it. So when it comes down to pay those retribution, he ain't got no money to pay. Right. He's a businessman on top of all that. He's a businessman on top of that. So
he's like, you want to fuck with me and for my money? What money? There ain't nothing left now.
Me and my wife Camille are broke. Got no money from Jello Pudding Pop. You're taking away everything, and you can't say
Jello
and Jello without my name in it. Ain't that good?
Well, you know what, man? He's in a tough spot. Here's the thing: like
70 years
white
old,
women,
nobody was there, so we don't know what really happened. But you got all these people saying that something happened.
Oh, yeah.
So,
they did that to OJ for the past 20 years, and still
the only thing that he could stick on OJ was him stealing his own stuff.
Right.
Misdemeanor breaking his
it was a glove
violation, though. It was the other glove. Nice. No, but he was stealing some of his stolen memory. He was trying to get his memorabilia back that he was under the impression that it was stolen. So it could happen, but that was so they got him on misdemeanor, but breaking his violating his parole. So and the people he was hanging out with. But that's that. So when you trump up charges to take down somebody to make and use them as an example, don't try to jump on a 70-year-old man on 40-year-old charges. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Unless you're gonna throw Harvey Weinstein in the crapper for 40 years,
Weinstein
40-year charges.
Free to go about his business.
Yeah. But Bill Cosby's not, and Weinstein's got just a longer laundry list than him.
Weinstein's stuff is more current.
No bullshit.
Hey,
40 years current. Who do you think Bill Cosby's idol was?
Are we gonna finally bring out the?
Come on now.
The talk about
we're gonna.
Oh, if he was black, he would be in prison right now.
No, we can say that.
Absolutely.
Are we gonna get there?
No, that's some bullshit because it would be.
That would be.
If he had one lick of black in him, Harvey Weinstein would be fucking just as much.
So you think because he's a white guy that he's not?
Think about like Matt Lauer and all the other sexual allegations against these other people. Ben Roethlisberger. I could drop
Roethlisberger.
Big Ben?
Roethlisberger. Big Ben is the big rapist, man.
What?
Big Ben.
He's got like 3 and 4
That
cases.
puts a whole new meaning to the Benz.
He ain't paid no shut up money.
He didn't shut up about that money.
No, the girl came out. She ain't pursuing him, but she came out. And 2 and 3 cases are open on that dude. But I digress.
But all right. Do you believe?
There's enough. One of the girls actually had a rape kit. Come on, man.
What? She carried it around with her?
She got in time.
That's like premeditated. You know you're going to get raped, so just carry this fucking kit with you, all right? Yeah. What the fuck? All right. Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Follow those top 3s.
I don't know. How do you?
We're just smacking and tacking them now.
Everything.
It's yeah.
So
it's
Harvey, you're next. Anyway.
So they talking about it's tie game right now, fourth quarter. With like 30
tied 30 seconds.
You know, we were talking about it online. I posted something that my 3 most hated players in the NBA are going out one by one. In the first round, LeBron. Russell Westbrook.
What about LeBron?
Went home, went fishing. LeBron was seconds away from spending the rest of the offseason on the couch and watching the playoffs. But I think he's going to go in this series right here because Toronto's looking pretty good.
Toronto is pretty hot. And
Toronto's pretty hot.
Said that
Charles Barkley.
Series, so if Barkley says it, it shall be done.
It shall be
done. And then the last
done.
one is that, and people don't like ever say it, but he is a dirty, dirty player.
Dirty.
Harden,
James Harden
likes to throw his body around and draw all these make-believe fouls. And he is a dirty player.
I don't watch enough basketball for that. This is the time where you should be really watching basketball so you can see the athleticism, the desperation, the head-to-head conflict, and everything like that. But if you watch it all season, you can see where they are.
My only fear is that they all get knocked out in the first or second round, and then everybody's like, "Oh, the Warriors didn't do anything to deserve the championship because everybody else got beat." But no mistake, if you have any loot in your pocket and you want to double or triple up,
you're going to get robbed.
Go bet on the Warriors. They will absolutely 100% win the championship.
You heard it. And this man told his story. If he says that Warriors are going to win, they're going to win.
From the Pelon.
You'll see him in Hawaii.
Steph Curry's coming back tonight.
He's going to play.
So have some curry chicken.
And here's the thing. They don't even need him.
No.
They don't even need him.
They moved on from the curry, but you know what? He's just a bonus now. All right.
Yeah, it's a cherry on top, dude. So I'm excited. I'm going to watch the game.
Me too.
Actually, should be on in a minute here as soon as this one's over.
So we're going to put it on, and we'll tell you about it.
And we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it's all good.
Mark, do you have it in the news, my man? Mark, in the news.
Nothing in the news. Nothing in the news because everything. I could add just derogatory comments to you, but in the news, I listen to news that's told by Americans in America, explaining American news. It's called foreign agents. So I guess if you like the whole what you just said, man, if you're in America talking logic, you're considered terrorism at that point. So it's like you got to watch what you say. News. People just need to wake up in reality in life and kind of what Rick said and think back to the values of teaching your kids from the second they get out the door to coming home, where the rule stands is at home, and what they learn out there is kind of secondary. So that's about it for my news.
Do you care about the royal family?
I don't get it. What's the royal family? They know less English than your children upstairs.
Ooh.
And that's no joke.
Wow.
I mean,
your kids could probably speak more fluent in English than they can.
Why are we so obsessed with the royal family?
It's part of the control of our government.
We separated from those fuckers a long time ago.
But we make a pledge to the royal family every time that we do something, and the land is hers because we pledged that when we say, that one thing.
End of regulation, going into overtime. Cavaliers Toronto tied at 105.
105 overtime.
I don't get it. Why do we care so much about them?
I think we're still in love with the UK and the English story, the royal family.
We felt so bad for kicking their ass back then.
The monarchy. I think we're still in love. We have a love affair for their type of government, type of rulership. I don't know. It's
like a bully that embarrassed a kid by kicking his ass so bad. He just every time he sees him, he gives him a hug. We love you. You're handicapped now. We're gonna treat you special.
Young royals, they're in the Royal Air Force. They're out there serving duty, they should be covered.
What do we care?
Why do we care?
Look,
they just turn into lizards at night when they go to sleep and they wake up and drink blood.
If I never heard an update about them, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, well, it's.
I actually almost got excited when someone fell off a cliff that was 2,000 feet up, but then they didn't. So I'm like, okay, that sucks.
Look what makes the news here.
Mark the blind guy dropping knowledge.
Meghan and Harry reportedly cut their guest list down.
It's a big deal. The royal wedding.
Is that no? But I'm just like, is that
news?
Is that news?
Does that have to be news?
Who was reporting that?
I don't give
a dumbass.
Yahoo.
I know who's recording that. A total ass kisser, because that's who's going to be getting news like that is from an ass kisser.
Are people's lives that fucking sorry that they care?
Well, not that they care. People like a good.
Someone's list got cut.
I don't know. I don't get it myself, honestly. Why people care so much about the royal family and what goes on.
It's not even our country.
Yeah, but it's.
They want to be so secretive anyway. Why don't you just cut fucking all?
I guess.
It's a cliche of crap. Oh.
That whole lifestyle seems like so fucking dorky to me that I wouldn't even want a part of it. If I okay, you got to live like this in order to get this loot. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck it, I don't want it. I'm cool. I don't want to live that way. Okay with that. Be that kind of fucking donkey. Wear that outfits that they got to wear. I don't want it. I'd rather be broke, fucking, and live.
I love appreciation in life because
live like that.
I don't think they have any appreciation for anything in life. Everything's so boring and dull because they just have everything willingly. And, they actually, there's documentaries on this. You watch documentaries on this, and people like London, a good majority of the folks that own houses in London never even live there because they're too busy traveling the world. And they have millions upon millions of dollars in mansions. These things are like the size of a fucking city block over here. And they don't spend any time in there because they're just too busy traveling the world because they live boring and dull lives. And it's like, are you fucking shitting me? I would rather work and love and live and appreciate the things that I do of biking 200 miles a week or walking 10 miles a day blind than living a dull life because, I can.
I bet you because I can. I bet you if you were royalty beyond your imagination, you would then try to keep some of your private life.
I don't even think, you know what though? I don't even know if it has anything to do with royalty or not. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that whole story was fucking bullshit.
I'm gonna take a royal piss, and that's gonna be royalty.
I think if you had to choose between have and have not, I think we're gonna take the have.
I'd rather take the have.
Well, I take the have. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to have the boring and dull life that comes with it because I have too great of an imagination for the things.
They get on them how they dress. They get on them where they go. You know, like everything is
such a choreographic fucking scene.
They give them shit for everything they do. You know, it's like, why would you want to live like that?
And it's all visual, but the second that you hear that shit come out of their mouth, you're like,
and what kind of asshole are you that you want to watch them in their misery like that?
Well, why do a lot of people follow certain people on YouTube or
because they're fucking. Well, that's different.
Plain life.
But
no. Get this straight. We're not talking about normal people here.
Right.
All right. We're talking about royalty. That's different. That's not normal.
Why do millions follow the Kardashians?
Because they got a big ass, dude. How would you not want to follow that ass? I mean, it's like a beacon, just like.
Okay, that's one
every
thing.
time full moon, big ass.
We're waiting for the crazy.
Do you
to
want to
happen.
hear her talk, or you just want to look at her ass?
No.
We're waiting for the crazy to happen. We know that they're not.
What's
normal,
in it? That's the mystery. Why is it so big?
Yeah, it's just that life.
I don't think that's why people follow.
Are they really?
I don't know either.
Are they really in Glass House? You know, so the more we want.
If they are in a glass house, somebody throw a fucking stone at that shit. No,
we want a piece of them. We made them what they are. We buy their clothes. We wear their funky perfume.
We're like tax-paying dollars to them being rich.
And then that's all we do, you know. So it's like.
So you turn it on to watch and make sure that they're spending that lavishly because you paid that $160 a month to the cable company to do that.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
So every time they have their bipolar life.
Why we have to live through other people?
Live vicariously through other people because we can't have that for ourselves.
But then sometimes, I don't know.
Is that really a life that people want?
Maybe some people live vicariously through other people because they can't physically live like that. It takes people that are in shape to be able to sit in a chair for 8 hours a day versus people that are in shape to bike 200 miles a week or sell cars. You know, like, come on, like me and you, Chubby, wouldn't be able to go and sell cars as much as this guy Pelon would be able to do.
I just add a little charm, apply a little finesse, and
if I got you and Pelon in a car lot to selling cars, who's going to sell more cars?
Oh, I'm sure Pelon will sell more cars than me, but I'm saying
why is this?
Out there with a no nonsense.
Why is this?
Because he's been practicing and been doing it for his whole.
He's in shape for this.
He's in shape for it.
Exactly. So my point proven.
When we talk about shapes, though.
But hey.
Shapes are.
You're perfectly plump, all right? We ain't going to talk about that.
What?
Chubby, calm down.
Damn.
Yeah.
Lost focus right there. Made me focus.
Couldn't even hide from the blind guy.
Not even.
Right?
All eyes on me.
Yeah.
But I'm cereal. All I'm trying to say is.
What kind of cereal are you?
Just
Snap, crackle, pop?
So we're looking and
tricks ain't for kids.
Some reason.
If you have some reason, why don't you call in and give us some reason yourself? 760-565.
I try to sway the conversation based on the viewers. What's up, Bobby D? Bobby DS is in the house.
Bobby DS. I don't.
What's going on Facebook?
Where's that asshole Mike at that was here last week? He was kind of rude. You know, he had really talkful.
Mike, he ain't come back.
He ain't come back yet.
He was a lurker.
Pussy. Anyway,
yeah.
Just like some people with anxieties. You know, they just don't want to come back to the show. Like Cassidy the chick. I won't mention any names, but I'm just saying. You know, some people don't want to.
Damn.
You know, they just. You know,
anxiety attack. Mark.
How? How can you like? Come on! You're in a car driving to a show. You got a blind guy walking out of his apartment down 8 flights of stairs.
Mark is going to play the disenfranchised
and I'm not going to have no goddamn anxiety attack. Like what?
Mark's going to play the disenfranchised card.
I got your disenfranchised card right here. You know, like, you know, you were in a car on your way here. I had to get Uber. My ass was late because of Uber. It said 5 minutes, more than 3 minutes.
Ago, yeah.
Before it said 5 minutes for 3 minutes. That's supposed to be like 2 minutes at that point. Not like.
You know, it's
well, if you call like 20 minutes before you're supposed to get there.
Oh, I did.
When you're supposed to be here.
You know.
That's a whole different story.
Hicolada chingada. Anyway.
Hicolada chingada. That's not even a drink in
Mexico.
It
is. Let's go fuck your. Anyway, I won't end madre at the end of that, but I just said some people do that.
Screw up a wet dream.
I got your wet dream.
How much time we got in?
We have time.
We're about to reach 1:30.
That's probably enough for this week.
We are feeling good.
Hey, I do not want it to be enough. I want one of you guys to call in and give your opinion about this. A topic,
what?
all right? We had a very amazing topic about why do we got to be so fucking gullible about royalties and these famous fucks that do absolutely nothing but know how to put makeup on for 8 hours a day. These are ugly sons of bitches, all right?
Let's talk about makeup.
Yeah, where's yours at? Hey, you know.
So when we have to go live, double live, and just to get the platforms out there, and this is for you guys. You guys are going to watch and listen to this one a couple of times. Find that piece of nugget that you can resonate with, that you can marinate
Nugget.
with, and
You grab that nugget, squeeze it too.
and making sure it's all yours. This is the Pelon and Chubby Show, Comedy Talk with Heart, with your host Rick Salas, Guy Murray, and Mark the Blind Guy. He's just gross.
We love it though.
He is a piece of work.
Yes,
Piece
sir.
of work. Piece of royalty,
Piece of
motherfuckers.
chicken,
All right.
beef,
Hey.
He's a POW.
Until next
somewhere,
time,
a
love,
POS.
peace, and also
He's a
chicken
POW.
grease.
He's all the alphabet soups. He's also
Yes.
MIA with no way to C, A to C to B to C.
With
But
the
you go check him
WTF
out
slapped
at
in there.
www.seehowic.com. That's Mark Woodard, our
But
local.
you can
media.
follow me on Pelon and Chubby Show
definitely follow him here.
podcast, motherfuckers. All right.
What's up?
We want you to tell all your friends to get on this podcast. Remember, like Guy said earlier, we're going to be getting off this Facebook Live in the next some odd days. This is the 33. So, yeah, 50, you're going to be on this podcast listening in your car because, you know, Facebook Live is no more live.
I'll tell you
It's
what,
dead.
It
So,
sounds way better when you listen to the podcast anyway.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'll
it
listen to
sounds
the
way
Facebook
better.
thing just to
There's
make
a lot
sure
of,
you can hear us.
And see us.
But really,
really,
the podcast is the way to go.
that's a way to go.
You know, listen to that. That thing sounds nice and clear. Sounds a lot better.
And when you call in, you can hear yourself actually talk. Yeah. So you, when you call, that is,
Oh, yeah.
motherfucker. Anyway, I'm just saying, call 760
Some are a little scared.
565.
They're scared.
I'm just saying.
I'm just chubby.
They're scared.
And I'm just Mark the Blind Guy. So
So next week we got we're gonna have a guest on the show. It's a surprise.
I ain't gonna tell
We'll
you,
have most of the cast back.
but you better.
Jay the Holy Roller will be back in the house.
Bad boys.
Cass,
If
we'll
she gets
find
over
out. I think so.
anxieties, you know,
I didn't say it, Cass, but you know.
I said it. I'm not scared. Smoke some
So,
weed.
you know, we'll try and get this thing back rolling again. Yeah, we are going to be here. We're not going anywhere. We're going to eclipse
Be here on
the
time.
50, then eclipse the 100. And hopefully this thing is going to, well, we know.
Explode. Oh, it's going to explode. It's going to explode.
We got a plan.
You know, I just keep telling her, wait, I'm almost there. Oh.
Mark's almost there.
So I know you're getting sore, honey, but we're almost there. It's going to come. Just give me some time.
So we appreciate you being here.
Mark the prophet.
You know, it's like
It's coming.
like the old joke.
And if I don't, Sancho
I'm
will.
trying to figure out how to clean the joke up, guy.
Smooth it out, man.
And if I don't, Sancho will.
Not me. I'm
Oh.
not.
Smooth it out.
I'm not the one to smooth them out.
Sancho will smooth out
This
everything
show-
for you.
This show is like
Sancho.
it's like pussy.
Okay.
That's
It's
pretty
all
smooth.
good. Some's just better than others.
Yep.
So all the shows are good. Some are just a little better.
That's when you got to flip it over.
I'm gonna share a picture compilation of some mad looking monkey, dude. I'm telling you. This is all good.
Monkey. Is he pointing the camera at me? Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
So we have been Pelon and Chubby. We're here on this Tuesday night. We're here because we love it, and we hope you love us.
Happy May 1st.
May 1st, May Day, May Day, May Day.
3 days. May the 4th be with you.
A happy anniversary to my beautiful wife.
Happy anniversary to your
Kathy.
beautiful wife.
You know,
And congratulations and happy anniversary to Jay the Holy Roller.
Jay the
and his
Holy
wife.
Roller.
Jay the Holy Roller.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll be back at it next week.
They're spending
Send
that at
over
Carl's
any
Jr. where they
comments,
met.
any requests.
Jay, if you're listening, supersize those fries. It's
Hit
his
us up.
anniversary.
Hey, if you don't take the opportunity to send over some stuff, some messages during the week, then don't complain if we don't talk about what you want.
Hey, and please, if you have a comment or something that you would like to hear, send that message, all right? Like
Yeah,
Closed mouth don't get fed, so talk.
Closed mouth.
All right.
I'm going to add that to one of my
Granny
sayings.
said it.
I have a book of sayings, and that was one of them.
So,
And Rick with that sign off, baby.
all right.
So from Pelon and Chubby, see ya.
See you.
Good night, everybody.